chạy là trước mau, mau. Mau chạy trước, chạy trước. Chạy ra trước, mau, mau chạy ra trước, đi ra trước, mau. Đi ra trước, mau. Đi lên xuống là trước. Đi lên xuống là trước.
trying to pull it up.
flaps of 15 and leave them there.
Move! He's yelling. Charlie's yelling.
Get with the bow. Có mấy cái tại dương ba nó bỏ ngỏ.
One of you come up here so I don't have to scream as loud as is necessary. Two of you up there. Three. Now I want to explain what this trip is all about. I'll make it brief. I sat up until 6 o'clock last night. 6 a.m. this morning. In order to convince the Vietnamese government and certain U.S. government officials that if they could make a helicopter available immediately with 2 artillery experts and some top civilian officials of both the United States government and the government of Vietnam. I laid down certain conditions to operate these 3 aircraft between Tân Ho and approximately 800 passengers out of Vietnam today. Their concern was more for their sleep and their rest than the lives of the refugees. Stop it for a moment, please. The Director of Civil Aviation, Mr. Loạn, who's a highly respected, dedicated, loyal man from the government of Vietnam. His concern was even greater than mine. Where in the United States, officials representing certain agencies of the United States threw the complete refugee lift into his lap, and in his words, he knew nothing about it. We finally contacted his boss, the Minister of Transportation, who was sympathetic but had the goddamn gall to ask who was going to pay for the helicopter flight at about 4 a.m. in the morning. I told him I'd personally pay for the bloody fuel. If I sound angry, I am. Let there be no doubt about it. The next contact that Mr. Loạn attempted to make was with a 3-star general of Vietnamese Army, who promised to call back within 30 minutes at my hotel. I was leaving Land's home at that time. The meeting was home at the DCA's office. And I'd be back to the Caravel in 25 minutes, and I would appreciate a call from this general who Land thought could produce some action, not only as it relates to the helicopter, but as it relates to the loading facilities, riot control at the airport, security, people trained in riot control, both on the ground and air marshals. The only ones armed on this aircraft is Captain Healy, Joe Rizzo, and myself. We expect to pick up, God willing, 250 to 350 passengers on this flight. We took off without any authorization from any agency, U.S. or Air Vietnam, on the basis that if we were to wait for them, in my personal opinion, the country would not the country would fall, I'll retract that, but there will be thousands of stranded infants, children, MRs, MRSs, and MSs. The American public will recognize the MS. The next thing I learned, by the way, I don't see any. We requested that 4 Air Vietnamese stewardesses and stewards be on board to help these 3 beautiful young ladies from World Airways. They're not on board. The air marshals aren't on board. You will be interested in hearing this. I might add that Mr. Loạn of the Civil Aviation Department is in the cockpit at the present time. Here is a dedicated, loyal, honest individual, little advice from his superiors. Just prior to departing TrzNH Airport, as you gentlemen from the press was boarding, Mr. Brian Cook, our senior vice president, advised me as the ramp was being raised that an official report came in from Vietnam sources that the 2 pregnant points here. Number 1, that there are thousands of people at TrzNH, that the runways and the ramps are cluttered with people, that there was artillery attacks last night, third point, I said 2, there's 3 points. You might be interested in this one. That the Air Force, Air Vietnamese Air Force, fully armed with automatic weapons, stay there, fully armed with automatic weapons, has told their government that if they don't get their families out first, they'll resort to using these automatic weapons to enforce it. With this in mind, gentlemen, you may say an act of contrition. And if anyone wants to get off, our altitude is at 35,000 feet. You're welcome. The next thing is, this is chaotic. This is not an airline operation. We're operating on an ad hoc basis. The amount of rest I had last night was 1 hour and 46 minutes. We keep a record of that. That's one of the better nights for the past 10 days.